So I wrote this post. It's about coaching and about getting help from professional people who know a lot, who have experience. And I got a lot of negativity towards this post, and it was just funny. And I think it's a great learning moment for people who are always trying to teach people and help other people, but they're meeting resistance. And I think that's a waste of time. I don't do that in my life. In my coaching practice, I don't try to help people who are fighting against me and resisting, right?
Yeah.
So that's just a waste of time and energy. People who don't want to learn, they don't learn, and you can't make them. So I'm gonna read the post first, just so there's context.
Yeah.
But it's just 5 points. So the first one is all the most successful people have coaches for everything in life. They have advisors, health coaches, workout coaches, therapists, life coaches, and things like that. And it's just the way to grow the fastest, because if we think that we know ourselves everything and we think that we can do everything by ourselves, that's the opposite of what the most successful people are doing.
Also, we limit ourselves
Yeah.
of ideas that someone else might have just by ego. So we think we are better, and then people are just thinking that, okay, I know better than anyone. But actually, there is always better than you, right?
We don't even, these people, they don't even give a chance to
Yeah.
listen to the ideas or try to understand it. So
Yeah.
they miss out, and they stay where they are. So that's their problem. And the criticism that I got from this post is that I'm a coach and I'm trying to sell and not to listen to me because I'm trying to sell them. But that's not how it works, because you can't force somebody to grow, and it always comes from them.
So what's the point of making a post like this?
The point of the post, because I was in this group and I was kind of getting fed up of a lot of certain type of people. It's split. So a lot of the content that I write is getting a lot of positive reviews and comments and engagement, and that's great. But there's a huge chunk of people that are just very negative and stuck, and think that I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they think that they know better without even knowing me. They have these stories in their mind and whatever.
Maybe they got scammed before by someone.
For sure, yeah,
Whatever.
that happens.
Okay, so what's the post?
So yeah, I'll read it. But the point of the post was that I wanted to kind of like draw a line in the sand, because I'm sick of like catering to these people who know nothing, don't know me, don't know anything about what I do. And you can see that by the comments. It's not just my imagination. They think that like a coach just tells them, you're good, good job. Like that's what they think. They have no clue what they do, and they have all these assumptions, and that's okay. But I wanted to draw a line in the sand between the people that I'm not even talking to them. So the next point is, charging a product for a product or coaching does not make you greedy or a bad person. That's their limiting belief, because they're scared to charge money from other people and they have low self-worth. But actually successful people and people with high self-worth, they say, no, I'm not going to give my time to this, and I'm going to charge money for my time, and my time is valuable and my ideas are valuable and my experience is valuable. So yeah, I'm going to charge a lot of money, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the healthy mindset of anybody who ever made money ever, right? People who struggle to make money, they feel like they're not good enough and they're not worth it. So they go and they do jobs that they actually end up hating, and they struggle to show and to be in the limelight, in the spotlight, right? They struggle with those things, and they kind of like want to bring you down. So that was the second point. Do you have any?
Yeah, I think that people are not used to coaching. Only successful people,
Yeah.
because they understood the benefit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the general people, they don't even know. Like even myself, like for many years, I never thought I would ever need a coach. Never.
Yeah.
Like, I say I'm good enough. Like I don't need anything. I'm better than anyone else. And at the end, I found out that no, just to talk with people, just to get coached, you get so many more ideas. So it opens your mind, and then you can build on that. So it's very effective actually to have a coach. Very, very, very wise.
Yeah, it's not just like the general people, right? It's people who have achieved something. Like the people I work with are CEOs, and they are um, expert entrepreneurs, business owners, things like that. They've achieved things in their life because they are open, because they, it's a matter of fear to not be open and to be closed-minded. You're scared from outside perspectives to come and show you that you're wrong,
Yeah.
come and show you that you're not smart or you're not good. While successful people, they're okay to be wrong. Like there's no problem with that at all.
Society make you feel that if you are wrong or if you fail, it's really bad.
Yeah.
And that's one of the fear.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. So let's move to the third one. It's not really relevant for here, but if you're complaining about what your relationships or anger or emotions, which is what we have in the group all the time, yet in the same breath, you think you don't need a coach and you think you know everything, you're contradicting yourself. Like if you're struggling with negative emotions, addictions, cheating, you're not happy with your relationship, and you've been doing the same thing for years, then you are missing some key important idea. You are missing something. So excuse my French, but shut the fuck up and get some outside help. If it's a book from somebody that knows better from you, or it's an outside perspective, or from your friend that has an amazing relationship and isn't struggling with addictions or overcame addictions, listen to them. Don't. It's just such low conscious level ego.
Yeah.
Defending nothing. Really, just to not listen.
Yeah, it's defending that you are not too bad and you know better, basically.
Yeah.
So basically it's not taking responsibility of yourself and saying, okay, I'm not good enough at this and I need to improve. It's just being a victim and saying, okay, I know better and nobody can help me.
Well, I don't think it is victimhood. I don't think these kinds of people understand that it's victimhood. They're not.
No, of course.
They're not bad. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
They're not aware of.
Yeah. So let's get into that a little bit, because otherwise people will think that I'm just blaming.
Yeah.
And I'm really not. We have our ego, and it's natural for us to try to defend it and try to make sure that it's okay, that nothing is wrong. That the mind is actually built this way,
yeah,
right?
To protect yourself.
Yeah, to protect yourself, right? But that if that system is kind of overstimulated, and every little thing you're trying to defend against, then you're defending against growth. You're defending against good things, against learning.
Absolutely.
So that's not the best.
Yeah.
Next. So this was an important point, because I think that a lot of the people that are commenting on my stuff are broke, and I've been broke for most of my life, right? So I get it. It's difficult, but
they don't need to hire a coach.
Yeah,
they can just start by watching videos of coaches online. There's so many content, books, and participating in interesting posts like you make.
Yeah.
And that's already a good start, right? When you make a post, you don't ask them to pay for anything. That's
right.
free,
free
advice, basically.
Yeah.
But they don't even want the free advice. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I did that for years. I watched Leo from actualize.org. He helped me so much for years. I got a free content for years, and it helped me so much until I was able to hire a coach. And the first coach that I worked with, shout out to Killian. He really helped me, and that changed my life. That showed me something new, and being a coach now, that was like a huge step. I'm so grateful for having a great coach and getting all the benefits, and that was an amazing experience. But the point number 4 is coaching is very expensive. Okay, I'm flat out telling to people, if you cannot afford it, you're not the target anyway. So these people who are defending, I don't want to coach, like, it's not for you. Like there are a lot of scammy coaches out there that yeah, they'll try to push you into getting coaching or buying a service or whatever. Stay away from that immediately. You need to be ready. That's number 1 rule. And if you're feeling some distrust to this coach, sometimes we have in our mind distrust from our past, right? But also, if you feel bad and the coaches fail to make you feel comfortable, don't go for it. Trust your gut. That's the rule. I'll keep on reading. It's not for you if you need to. Okay, if you can't afford it, it's not for you, as you need to work on yourself and improve your income making abilities. Just like hiring a yacht in the Caribbean is a luxury that most people will never ever afford, because it costs tens of thousands of dollars, right?
No, 10 millions, 100 millions.
Higher, like rent. I'm not talking
rent.
about.
Okay, just rent.
Yeah.
Okay.
To buy. yeah. Everyone has a yacht. Yeah. Okay, I'm talking about renting. So is healing emotionally and stepping up to your fullest potential. That's a luxury.
Yeah.
That happens after you finish surviving and you're finished struggling with surviving. You can't do that while you're struggling with your relationships, with your money, with your health. It's impossible because your mind is occupied. So it's a luxury that unfortunately most people will never ever experience, to be healed and to use their full potential. So the guys there that can't afford coaching, like, one of my questions to the people that some people, they come to me asking, can I coach them? And I need to make sure, hey, are you making at least 120, 150K a year? At least, minimum, because this is expensive. And if not, it's also about the money, but also about, if you haven't reached that financial security point, coaching might not help you. You're not ready to receive these things. And if you are receiving things that you're not ready to get, then it's a waste of time and money, and you won't get the most benefit out of it. So if you're struggling with
because you are already dealing with so much. You don't have the brain capacity to learn new skills or new ideas, right? So
exactly,
you have to first stop surviving. Get out of this and have time and energy to invest in that. So that's why also it's important that they have higher income.
Because the criticisms I'm gonna get is that I only want money, but it's not just about them making money. Every business owner doesn't want to deal with somebody thinking about it and I'll come back to you in 2 months when I make the money, and they never do that. And no business wants to deal with that. The best client, let's go for it right now, I'm sure. And they have the money, and they have everything, they have the time, they're ready. That every business, not just coaching, wants to deal with that. Like, imagine you're going to buy a car and you're a car salesman, and you're telling them everything about the car, and in the end they're like, maybe I'll make enough money next month. Okay.
Which 100% they will not.
Of course,
Life happens.
Yeah, for sure. And that's okay. It's no problem. And there's no problem. I like to talk to people, even if they can't afford the coaching. I like to give a free call, to give them some pointers, to set them on the right direction. I don't mind to do that. And I feel like that brings, good energy back to me, kind of good karma. Maybe if I help them, they refer somebody to me. It's not just about that. It just feels good to help people. Even if somebody's really ready, but they can't afford it, and you can give them this something, then I'd love to do that. I'm happy to do that. But there's a difference between somebody that's...
Well, I had some customers also that I help them like this, a free call, try to give them a direction. In 2 years, 3 years later, they come back to me and they say, oh, I didn't forget you. You helped me so much at this time. And now they are ready. So this happened. It's really great.
So my point was that I'm really happy to give those free calls, even if they're not ready. and to talk to somebody and support them if they're respectful, if
Yeah.
you know, if yeah. So it's really a pleasure. I don't mind doing that. I give that out for free all the time. But in the same time, yeah, it's best to be ready when you're looking for some kind of service, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm saying here that if you're not ready, coaching is a luxury. It's not easy. It takes time and openness that most men, the average men, will never ever have this kind of openness because they're dealing with self-protection and ego, and they're not coachable if they're struggling with defending themselves against growth. And it's not the last, almost the last point is, I understand these are painful points because many guys, they equate that, if they can't make money, they have low self-esteem, as if their money is their worth. It's not that
Right.
at all. It's not that at all.
That's a materialistic
Yeah.
problem that we live in this world.
Yeah.
We value people based on their money.
Yeah.
And that's very wrong.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Right.
It's stupid because
like if you don't have, you make your first million in before 30s, then you're not good. You're not good enough. Like, and then there's so much pressure. Like this is ridiculous. Like most successful people that make millions, they make it like 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, not before that.
Yeah. Most
today
people.
It's easier, right? Because we have
Yeah.
internet. But still, it's still hard. You have so many skills to learn. So not only about your business, but about yourself as well. So to have this target that you need to make $1 million before 30, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's really not helping you actually.
Yeah.
It's counterproductive.
And it's very difficult to establish yourself today, and standards are different. And I had another discussion with another guy. He criticized me because he said that women, they have these high unreachable standards. Like to date you, they need you to be a millionaire, and there is
women.
Yeah.
It's like women materialistic thing. Like you need to make $1 million before 30, otherwise no, I don't date you.
Okay, but those are materialistic women.
Yeah.
Not all women are like that. That's just
Yeah, but many people are materialistic. So,
yeah.
So
yeah.
because of that, it's put even more pressure. And
Yeah.
What's also very ridiculous is that $1 million, it's so much money.
Yeah.
And already if you have $100,000, it's already so much. You're able to achieve so much with $100,000. So maybe your first target should be around like 50,000. Not $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million is so much money.
Yeah.
Like, how much costs an apartment? About like a nice apartment, about $1 million. Like 800, depends on where, right? In the city,
depends where.
In the city, it will cost
Here.
Yeah, in the city here in Brisbane, it will cost like 800. 2-bedroom, 800,000, usually 500,000, 700,000. So, and what people do usually, they take a loan for how long? 15, 20 years, maybe 30. It's not common, but 15, 20 years, right? So it takes 20 years to make $1 million basically to buy an apartment. 20 years. And when do you start working? When do you finish studying? Usually around 25. So let's say 25 plus 20. Okay, you're a millionaire when you're 45. So that makes sense. The worst thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that it doesn't make sense. It's just materialism and judging yourself against a rainbow, right? You're chasing a rainbow. The rainbow, you get closer to it, it gets further. You'll never ever reach this rainbow. It's ridiculous.
Also, you have some people that buy an apartment with a loan, and they say, "That's it. I'm 25. I have an apartment worth $1 million. I'm on a loan, right?"
Yeah.
And they think, "Oh, that's it. I have $1 million."
Yeah.
But it's not their own.
No.
They need to pay it 20 years before they get it.
Yeah.
And these things are good. Their money, whatever. They achieve something, but no, they didn't achieve anything. And then they put pressure on them because they have to pay the loan every month, right?
Yeah.
So they have a loan. Maybe they have kids. They get a wife. It costs money.
Yeah.
And then they never make the $1 million. They just need to wait 25 years, unless they could just learn skills, build their own business, and have this money before.
Well, we can do another episode about the whole American dream, the normal way of life. We'll do that for sure.
Right.
And yeah, I'm with you. So here's getting back to the point. These are painful things, and people equate their own self-worth to their money, okay? And I'm giving here a tip: don't ever invest in coaching if you can't afford it or if it's painful and you're struggling to feed yourself or your family. As a rule, never do that. But also don't knock down things you know nothing about. And this is the point for the people. And then they come to me and they do the opposite, right? They in the comments they're saying that it's a scam, that I have no skills, that coaching is nothing, that proving me right, like the saying
Without proof, just blaming.
I don't know if they even read it, but anyway, yeah, with no proof, they don't know me. They're just coming with assumptions, and I get it. They're trying to protect themselves. Okay, it's our croc brain. It's our instincts to do that against predators, right? There are a lot of scammy people, and the last point is about scammy coaches and scams. But yeah, I understand. So I'm not hating anybody that is trying to protect themselves or the people in their community. That's actually, there's love over there, and there's love for the group. But you also have to not protect yourself from every little thing that you find a little bit making you insecure or a little bit making you scared. Okay, you can't attack everything that makes you scared, like a little chihuahua that's small, that's weak, that's not confident, and then they're overly aggressive for everything. Okay, that's an analogy I like to use. So I'm saying, yeah, some of the comments they say is that just read a book. Books are fucking amazing. They're excellent. But you need the awareness and the learning and the experience behind it to make sense of the learnings and what they mean. Otherwise, everyone would just only read books and it would be that simple. It's not that simple.
Yeah, you can read books, the same book, many times actually. It's not because you read it one time that you understood everything. Many times I read books. So. And I don't even understand. And I have to come and ask you actually because I'm not getting it.
So the people that I'm working with, like I tell them, for example, go read No More Mr. Nice Guy. And they tell me, I read it. Okay, but they're still a nice guy. They're still struggling with emotional issues. They're still, okay, so they read it at some level and understood and took some things about it at some level, but they could not have received all of it because they were not ready to receive all of it and change and shift.
To understand the awareness as well.
Yeah.
To connect the dots.
Yeah.
With their behaviors.
Yeah. That's the key, with their behaviors. Yeah. It's like, oh, this guy's a nice guy and he's people pleasing his wife and his children are abusing him and using him for money and to get whatever they want, and he's working 70 hours a week and he's not healthy and all those things. But that's that guy. That's not me. Like, right?
Yeah.
While they experience the same things, So the fact that you read something, it almost means nothing if you have not extracted and were ready for the lessons. Yeah.
And apply it to your life.
Apply, exactly. Okay. And the last point is, yes, coaches and business owners are sketchy. They are, or worse. Some are outright psychopaths that want to take everything that you have, everything that you've ever worked for, everything that you've built. They want it and they want to run away with it. That exists.
What to do, how to analyze, how to know when someone is sketchy, scammy? What are the signs? What are the red flags?
Okay. So I saw a video today by Joe Rogan. He's talking about how playing golf with people is good because you can see how they react to losing, to success, to hitting the ball. You can see the little things.
Not everybody have luxury to play golf with someone.
You can play Monopoly. You can play Uno.
Yeah, but let's say I work with a business owner. I want to know if he's sketchy. I'm not gonna play. Let's go play Uno on the call, right? And then I would decide if I work with you or not.
Yeah. But that was for somebody that maybe you want to go into business with or thinking to buy from.
That's a good idea.
So you can just hang around with them. You can get a drink with them, but trust your gut, trust your feelings. Okay, if you're asking them direct questions and they're answering around, look into that. Okay, push. See how they react when you're pushed. Right.
Also, one of the red flags for me is I will look for selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
Are they doing because they really truly want to help me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay to pay for that,
Yeah.
or they just want to make money off of me.
Mm-hmm. So how do you
And-
check for selfishness?
I ask question, and also their way of talking, their way of doing things, their way of doing business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's little thing you can catch. Of course, take experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I also made my own share of mistake, like where I got scammed like, a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn. And next time it doesn't happen, because you know. But the more you practice, the more you get scammed, and it's okay to get scammed. It's part of life. Like you're not God. You're not gonna get scammed.
Okay.
You're always gonna get scammed. I don't know anyone who never got scammed, right? So yeah, you need to give a chance to those people that want to sell you, and just look for questions that will give you an answer if they do it because they're truly passionate about that. So if like they are passionate about their work already, it's a very good not red flag, very green flag. Right?
Yeah.
So if they are passionate, they love what they do. So they just do it as a business because they love what they're doing, it's their purpose, right? But if they do it just because they want to make money and they don't have passion when they're talking about what they are doing, that's a red flag, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that guy who kind of scammed you. You paid for a coaching service $10,000.
I was not going to go with his coaching, and then he talked about someone that I know that is successful, that is part of his coaching.
Yeah.
And then I let my guard down and I thought, okay, because this guy is successful, I know, and he's part of his coaching, maybe that's why he's successful, so it might be good.
Yeah.
But my guts actually were right. It was not good at all.
And
right?
so what happened in the end? What was your conclusion with him? Because you were talking about a purposeful coach that's doing what he loves.
He doesn't want to have calls.
Yeah.
Too much calls. You know, he wants the minimum. Just watch the course. You know. Right? And when you have questions, then want to answer them so
and
much.
And the quality
you know?
of the course.
The quality of the course was not so good. But and the other thing is that when I was on a call with him, you can see the guy just yes, just simple answer, like you see he's not passionate about it. You even think like I even thought at this time, like, is it even qualified? Like, does he even know? Because every time I ask them something, then he answer me by, oh yeah, you should try that. But then I will tell him like 5 different strategy, and for the 5 we say, you should try that.
Yeah.
No direction.
Yeah.
So the guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't have experience. Like I don't know how he makes his money, but
well, yeah.
That was a disappointment. $10,000 is a lot of money. So it was a big disappointment. So need to look at. I think if people are passionate about their work, that's a very good green flag. And if they are selfish, or if they push you to buy, that means they want money. You know, that's kind of selfishness also. Like, buy my thing.
Yeah.
If they tell you, yeah, it's okay, it's so good, like they are not surviving to get money, they will not push you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So those are the red flags, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess we covered the post and a lot of interesting things. And the last thing I want to say is that for me, as a coach that works with people, you know, I'm not interested not everyone that I discuss with and talk with, I want to sell. Actually, I have a very rigorous process to eliminate people. I don't, like most people that come and want to work with me, I these days I decline and I don't take their money because I know that they're not going to get the benefit, and it's just going to be a headache to work with them. And you know, I have the luxury to say no to people right now in my life, and to work with people who will get the benefit. And then, you know, the worst feeling is to take somebody's money and they don't get results.
Absolutely.
And then they're disappointed. So, you know, what I'm saying is I'm kind of talking to the commentators who think that I'm, by posting, trying to sell to them. No, I don't want to work with you. I don't not only do I not want to work with you,
now.
Yeah.
Because if they open mind and get out of the survival,
sure, but they have to be ready. There's another thing actually that came up that I want to talk about. But to these people, I don't want to work with you, and you don't want to work with me. There's mutually no trust, right? It's not a good environment. So I'm not going to ask you for money. It's obvious. And somebody who will ask you for money, even though you don't trust them and they don't trust you, don't do it. Like, that's like the worst idea ever, right? Another point that somebody else mentioned in the comments, he asked me, not in a bad way, He asked me to clarify, what certifications do I have? And how do we know what certifications? How do we know how to work with a coach? And what should they be trained in? Now, there are $7 coaching certifications. You pay $7, you get a piece of paper, okay? And maybe there's a course attached to it, okay? But that's garbage. Obviously, that's a joke, okay? Now, there are certifications for $3,000, for $4,000, for $10,000, which I have. I have some of them. But it means nothing if I tell you the name of the organization, the ICF, the International Coaching Federation, and their standards. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Nobody cares about that, and nobody that is interested in working with me has ever truly dug and checked what certifications. They just went for it because they had the good mutual feeling. They had the trust, and I helped them. That's the key. Before I ever asked them for a penny, I already helped them a lot. And they trusted me, and they knew that I'm the guy to help them. And they wanted it. I didn't have to convince them. I didn't have to sell them into coaching. That's the best way to sell something. When somebody really, really wants your time and your mind energy and your attention on them and their life for any product, right? Even if for a fitness program, right? He doesn't just tell you, okay, eat 2,000 calories a day and lift 5 times a week, right? He needs to look at your emotions, how you live your life, at your stress level, at your eating habits, at your thinking habits. Only those are going to tell the long-term results. So I hope that makes sense to anyone that...
Yeah. I want to add something.
Sure.
Certification doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Many doctors, many lawyers, many coaches have expensive certification, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they are good.
No.
Usually it's like 80-20, 80 are bad, 20 are good.
Yeah.
Right? So even if I ask for your certification, it doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Very important.
It's
not about a trust factor. Like, should we not take this into account? Oh, you have a certification? Oh, okay, you are good. It's not.
You can take it into account. Look, there's
there's
a difference if you're really, really insisting, okay? There's a difference between somebody who has spent $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 into mastering the craft, but you as the consumer, if you need to ask this, you're not the right kind of person. You're not going to know what it means unless you go and take the certification yourself and experience what the people who get certified go through. It means nothing. It's just 3 letters, ICF or NLP or whatever. It means nothing for you, but it is a factor. But it also doesn't mean anything.
You show an investment. It shows that you like what maybe you are doing, but then show that you are good.
For the ICF, which I'm not registered with them right now, but for the ICF, you can actually register with them and pay a fee, and then you show up on their website. So you can confirm that a coach did the certification that he said he did. But if somebody's kind of that scammy,
they can make a fake one.
You can't check. You can't fake. You can.
No, you can make fake a certification.
But I could check for myself on the ICF website if they're there or not, which you should check, right? If you're scared. But it's not about that. So I guess we said enough for that. Do you have anything else to add? Okay, awesome. So lovely talking to you. Thank you.
Welcome. You look too much at the camera.
All the time?
Yeah. Like you're having a conversation with me, not the camera. 37 minutes.